Folks, welcome to the Tavern Chat live stream. Yeah, no, talk. This is supposed. This listen. There are people right now. We're a commoner.
Yeah, say hello.
That's Jason Rocky Gardner, uh, one of our excellent OSR creators and budding layout artist. So this is the end of day 4, the final day of North Texas RPG Con. I guess you could say we're putting the con to rest. And holy shit, really. Last night was the midnight auction.
Yeah.
And generally speaking, what happens at the midnight auction stays at the midnight auction. But Alan, so we're not. I could show a video of what happened at the midnight auction. I'll just say that I was dressed at one point in a lobster costume, and a certain Wizard of the Coast employee was the yearly. I don't know what he was added to the circle of inner North Texas RPG Con friends. If you get roasted at North Texas, it means that you're loved. And, Kurt is certainly loved. It's the simple truth. So, what can I say after 4 days at North Texas? I played in an excellent game of Star Wars, Hunting a Predator, run by James Shields. I played in an amazing football. I don't want to call it simulation, but a football fun simulation of an NFL dynasty, or dynasty in formation that Ty Beard has written. I am looking forward to seeing that get published. I've between yesterday and today, I've probably eaten more food. On times you thought you weren't going to be eating a lot. Yesterday was the barbecue. Today was amazing Chinese food. Simply, I'm getting back some of that weight that I did a great job losing during the world of COVID. But it simply is an amazing time. And you can hear they're still talking in the background is all from fellow gamers. These are people that are leaving later on tonight, Monday morning, trying to squeeze as much of the con experience as they can. But that also means, like I've said, actually, I was interviewed for a podcast earlier today, so podcast Livestream, Mike and myself, Bad Mike, and I said, conventions, especially in North Texas, to me, are personally less about the gaming and they are more about the connections. And the games are fun, but they're just a way to make further connections. And I really had an amazing time. Rach, you gamed this morning, correct?
I did.
So what did you game in today?
I don't know what you'd call it quite, but it was a special game for the ladies. And yeah, so we had 5 people in it. People who don't play like all the time. And so Jen Green made a game that was really accessible for everyone, we used like a high-low system, and the premise was that in New York City in the 1920s, we were the wives of gangsters, that were leading like the 5 boroughs, and so there were some other, like I guess, underlings of the gangs trying to overthrow us. So we had to take care of them, so that we could hold on to our power. And one of the girls even she had a hand grenade in the guy's back pocket because we took not a hostage, but like a shield, a human shield. The guy was kind of unsure how much he wanted to help us, so we said, all right, well, we have have we got a job for you? So she put a grenade in his back pocket, pushed him into a crowd of enemies, and kaboom. It was very good night. It was a really good game.
Never let it be said that women are the weaker or the meeker sex or gender. Certainly is not the case. Okay. Again, I have just spent so much time reconnecting with my community. It has been awesome. I don't know how else to say it. We got Rocky nearby, Noel Rasmussen, Alan Hammock, Lloyd Metcalf, others still here. So I'm sure some of this will transition to the hotel bar in a bit. Actually, though, I think I'm going to be doing a VR session with Zach Glazer and Ty Beard. We're doing a little demo of the fantasy war. The fantasy.
Oh, the three of you guys are going to play this?
Yes. I wish to do it here so everybody can mock us. I'm sorry. That's my fault.
Well, it's kind of weird because it's just like, okay, there's these guys, and it's not an active thing.
No.
It's just like three dudes sitting with
headsets and using hands and
whatever these
and turning around, but
with their eyes covered and in their own world,
Why would you do it in public?
Like those glasses that Doug Kovacs gave me.
Oh yeah, my God!
What are those? The goggles of something.
Yeah,
it was basically you were high for your whole life and staying that way because you couldn't just take them off and go back to normal.
No.
And I think you probably you were supposed to not. It would be too uncomfortable to go back to normal.
Now,
so you're stuck.
And listen, Doug Kovacs was not here. Actually, a lot of the artists a lot of the artists I normally get to see at conventions were not here, which is a shame. They were missed. But there were a lot of new attendees at North Texas this year. Maybe as many as 60, 65 people who were walk-ups for the most part hadn't attended North Texas before. Some of them, their first gaming convention ever. So I think that's huge. There's a highlight certainly of Con. So I'll keep this relatively short because I don't think you all are looking like, oh my God, 10-car hasn't shut up the last 5-6 days. And it's true, I haven't. Am I losing my voice?
Wait, somebody put a comment.
You can put a comment here. Did you spend more than you wanted to keep under control and all the cool stuff within reach? Actually, I was remarking with Rach. I spent far less than I expected. At the same time, I spent more than I expected. There will be a giveaway, and probably within the next month or so, of new Big Dragon releases, Rich LeBlanc's mostly D30 releases and OSR releases. I paid for one of each, so I can do a giveaway with the community. So that was actually my major expenditure because Rich has a lot of good stuff and a lot of stuff out, and some of it is actually convention limited, so I think it's going to be an interesting thing to get into the hands of people. So that should be probably later on this month. But otherwise, I spent minimal money, and yes, did people put things in my hands to go home with me? Yes, they did, and I thank them all. But I tend to want to travel light. I have 2 carry-ons. I don't do checked-in luggage. So I'd rather buy less and I guess come home with more money. But also I'll order from a lot of these people online just for the convenience of not having to carry this stuff with me to the airport. So that being said, every vendor I spoke with or I heard from other vendors, everybody did very well. Vending tables. You might say, if you were watching, there wasn't necessarily a huge amount of traffic, but those that were shopping had deep pockets, and people did very well, both when it came to shopping and selling. Yes, we did have a great time. I've got a glow. I mean, when Rachel has a glow, because she's a light right behind her head. But I certainly have a glow. I've been told I have a glow. So really beautiful time. Now, at the same time, I'm looking forward to returning home to our pets, to our dog, to our kitty.
Yes.
Give them some love. Our kitty apparently has been having a bit more stressful time, not having us around. Our dog here loves everybody. So it's like, I miss mommy and daddy, but I've got others around.
Yeah, she'll be very happy to see us, but
yes,
our kitty needs us.
Yes,
she doesn't adapt to everybody, or takes a long time to do it.
So our next convention will probably be ShireCon in September, and then I'm hoping we will be at Game Hall in November. So that is the current game plan for convention appearances. Listen, I had somebody tell me that they saw me at the con and they wanted to introduce themselves to me for the first time, and I was always busy. Listen, even if I'm doing something like this, I do this in public areas, so yes, you can walk up, say hello.
Never feel like you can't.
Right. If I'm doing this in a private room off to the side,
that the invitation, then that's a different story.
Right.
But if we're out in the open, then that's sort of like it's an invitation to be able to.
I don't have
approach.
a sign to hold up that says "Please come on the show," but
if we see you, we'll often like try to wave you over to involve you.
But again, it's just a magical experience to be here, and I can't thank Doug, Gary, Mike, and all the volunteers that put this together. They did an amazing job. Really, really well done. I thank them all. Solid con. And the people that have volunteered on short notice, people like Jim Kitchen, who Mike was under the weather for the main auction on Saturday, and Jim stepped up, and Jim absolutely did the best convention auction experience in all my years of coming to conventions. And I'm not going to name others that I've watched do it. They're certainly skilled and talented people. Jim just blew it away. He was not only great with doing the auction and getting the most out of people, because the money goes to support the con, but he was amazingly entertaining and hilariously funny. So again, a tip of the hat to Jim Kitchen. Really, really brought his A game, and on short notice, mind you. And I think that's just awesome. Anything else you want to add, Rach?
I don't think so.
Well, as always, we are going to be back.
Covered a lot of ground.
We'll be back here next year. Okay.
We wouldn't have it any other way.
Right. I mean, this is the con. If I couldn't go to any other con, this is the con I would show up at. And I spoke with many people, even those who it was their first time going to a gaming convention, and they were amazed at the sense of community that this con exhibits. That's the people. That's the attendees. That's the vendors. That's the special guests. And those the volunteer who assemble this. So again, I can't thank everybody enough. Folks, we're still in the midst of all the COVID. You might not know it by looking at us. We're not masked in the middle of a public space. We're vaccinated. I am not saying you need to get vaccinated. All right? We're not medical professionals.
It's that you ask your provider questions that you need to ask to clarify what your best next steps are.
Right.
It's not for us to dictate.
Right. What you need to do is you need to take actions, make common sense decisions that will keep yourself healthy. Because if you're not healthy, you can't keep others healthy. Right? So you got to protect yourself first. So that's all I'm saying. Be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice. Roll them well. And we should be broadcasting, or I should be broadcasting. We'll be live tomorrow from New York. Now, we are, by the way, just on the cusp of 500 subscribers. When we hit 500, the following Talking Crit, Mike and I, Bad Mike, will give away $500 in drive-through RPG gift certificates.
And what is the rule that you have to be subscribed?
You got to be subscribed and you got to comment. You need to comment on the live stream.
Yes.
So you have to be a subscriber and you have to comment. So we're 2 away to lock that in. We actually briefly had it, but it wasn't locked in.
Now, how is it chosen? Is it chosen on
randomly.
Most
We're gonna,
creative or
Nope. You're gonna comment and
it's not chosen on the content of the comment?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. We just want to know that you're watching, you're there. You comment when we put this up, and you know.
What question do you want them to answer? Because people could go in a lot of directions. If that's even a thing.
Dang, it's a big prize. Well, yes. And here's how the prize is going. It's $500, right? It's going to be 1 250 gift certificate, 2 100 gift certificates, and 150. I initially was going to give out 1, and it was pointed out that spreading the wealth is always more fun. So we're going to spread the wealth. So that might be as early as this Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. If nothing else, Ben, Mike, and I are going to be giving a full recap of the con. Because remember, he was more involved in running the con than I was. I was helping out at his vending table, but that's about it.
There's a couple of comments there, or chats.
Yeah,
you addressed them all.
I addressed them all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Chris is in. So listen, I do these live streams. I do these videos. I do the podcast. If you're a podcast listener, I apologize for the delays in getting this stuff out. I'll probably put up multiple episodes in a day to catch up when I get back. Just not very easy to get the stuff up. Walking on the other side of the screen, by the way, is Bad Mike himself. So we are going to wrap up. You'll get more Bad Mike on Wednesday. There we go. All right, folks. As always, thank you. Laters.